So we're here live in the flesh for the first time for the CornerBlue. We just saw an interesting game. What would you call it? What's your feeling after this interesting score? Not a 0-0, not a 1-1. What's your feeling?
An accidental match. One of those accidents that happen in soccer, I would say. Guatemala won fair and square. It's not much to be said about it. I mean, it was a disaster. I think that if we want to look for a positive angle, will be for the coach to see where he needs to work on the most. There were a couple of counterattack goals that Guatemala scored. Perhaps that's one of the areas where we need to improve. And obviously, we had a lot of players missing. No excuses. I mean, people will see this as excuses.
Yeah, no.
Guatemala won fair and square.
Yeah, they hustled.
But it's not the reflection of who we are.
Yeah, I think more than anything, what affects things or conditions things is just the drama created around this game, not being a FIFA match day, just the ebb and flow, that the pushback that comes along with trying to get the players for this type of match. It's a distraction. I think that's the main problem. Games like this, when you debut, the amount of players that debut too in the starting lineup, you're kind of exposing yourself to surprises. And I think the surprises came early. He tried to adjust in the second half by bringing in players that have already played in the octagonal. But by then, everything was more swinging towards Guate's way. The fans out here in San Jose, props to them, hats off. It was mostly a Chapin house today at the Quakes Park. Great turnout. I hope this means more games for Guate. I don't know if it's going to mean more games for Salvador. I was surprised. I thought there'd be more Salvies out here. But in general, I feel like it was a great experience coming out to see La Selecta after so many years. Again, there was an alternative plan when it came to this match. You don't want the rankings to be affected by this type of match. But at the same time, now we know who to look for against Guate when we actually play them for reals, which is going to be coming up in the CONCACAF Nations League.
Right. I mean, obviously, we don't like to lose. Nobody likes to lose, but it is a friendly match after all. We played the octagonal. They didn't. I mean, for me, what's one of the disappointing things about this result is the people in El Salvador who are just waiting. They're just waiting for something like this to happen to pour their venom over the national team. And to me, that's the most disappointing part, because these are going to be the same people who created obstacles to loan the players to the national team. So they were already part of the problem. So if you were part of that problem, you shouldn't even be speaking about the result tonight. There are many factors, and we all need to be together if we want this team to improve. And what happened in the week prior to this game is not a reflection of everyone being together, my opinion.
Yeah, and all you can do is look forward to the next match, May 1st, coming up against another foe from Central America, Panama, on the horizon, and yet a new market for La Selecta in it's North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, which is a big deal. There's obviously the marketing standpoint, which makes sense, and from that point of view, coming to a new market like the Bay Area and going to North Carolina, it's something successful on the marketing side of things. I think trying to match up with those foes in Central America is the smartest thing to do leading into the competition that is CONCACAF Nations League. But I agree with at least the perspective out of El Salvador that there has to be more coordination in terms of organizing the friendlies that are not during FIFA windows. That way there isn't that repetitive, boring, drawn-out problem that is trying to get players loaned out to play these games. And I think we'll end it on that. Nice, short, and sweet. We just want to do something here in the flesh since he's out in LA and I'm here in the Bay. But we want to thank you guys for liking and hitting us up during the game. Not the most fun match to live tweet or anything like that, but we appreciate it. We appreciate you guys, and we'll be posting something soon.